Welcome back. All right, so I'm pretty quiet board, comparatively speaking, with what I normally have on the hockey channel, or even on this channel, really. But I want to talk a little bit about music, and I also want to talk about my upcoming vacation in August, because I know there may be some people who are subscribers to this channel wondering exactly what my plans are and all that. But I'll start off with the fact that, when it comes to music, I can be a bit of a snob sometimes. I can get stuck in my lane where I'm listening to just certain bands. I went through, I think it was a 2 year period, I only listened to Rammstein. That was it. I didn't listen to any other bands. I didn't listen to any of the music that came out. I would just listen to them. I had the little MP3 player that I would take with me. I'd go for a jog around the block. Rammstein. If I was writing, Rammstein. Whatever I was doing, that's what I listened to. That was it. Because in my opinion, nothing was better. And to this day, I will state that my favorite music is Rammstein. I don't know that it's close. And when I come down to grading concerts I've been to when Rammstein's number one, you guys can all act really surprised. Please do, because yeah. But I had stayed away from listening to baby metal. I had heard some negativity from people that I know listen to heavy metal music. I was like, I'm just gonna stay away. I'm just gonna stay away from it. And then YouTube was doing one of those automatically loading the next video things, which I really try to make sure it's not going to do. But Ratatatata, I think is the name of the song from Baby Metal, their new one. And I'll be darned, it's really, really catchy. It reminds me of Little Big. And I like Little Big. I think Little Big's a good band. In fact, I'm finding out that a lot of the bands that I like don't tour North America. So it's the same problem I've had forever where when I started listening to German music, I'm like, I really like these bands, not just Rammstein, but others, Megahertz, Icebreaker. There's a few others too, and I even have CDs in the van, and every now and then I'm like, all right, I'm going to listen to some weird stuff here. Combi Christ's one that I really like too. I don't think they're from Germany. Combi Christ, I don't think is, but they've toured with Rammstein, so that's where the association comes from because I saw them live. But Combi Christ, to my knowledge, has only come back to North America once since then. So yeah, but I do like discovering new music and new bands. So after I heard that Ratatatata song from Baby Metal, and I was like, I'll be darned, it's really catchy. I've now gone back and listened to a bunch of their songs and been like, all right, so no, I really, really like this music. Okay, being a music snob again. And then one of those things where I don't even know how I ended up here. It's one of those songs where Heilung was recommended, and I was like, what? Because the thumbnail was the I want to say lead singer, but she's one of the singers, but with the horns, the deer horns, the antlers, the antlers, and so I was like, I'll listen to that, sure. Because Yvonne said, well, I think I've heard them before. They're not bad. You might like them. She said it's Viking music. I was like, oh, Viking, I might be okay. Now they're not, but they're folk music, but they're like traditional folk music. And I might be saying this to people who've listened to them a bunch and been like, they've been around forever. Why are you just finding out now? Because I'm a music snob. This is what I do. This is what I am. When it comes to music, I'm like, I have very certain bands I listen to, and that's it. But by discovering Heilung and realizing I absolutely love this music. Like the layers, the fact that when they perform live and it goes one instrument at a time being added, and then you get the vocals stop at the end, and then each instrument leaves in the same order that they came into the song. I was like, this is absolutely, where's this music been my whole life? There's 5 different people playing various kinds of drums. I love percussion. I'm a big fan of percussion. I've always been a big fan. Like, I don't know how many bands I've listened to over my lifetime where, like, I really like this band. And then I find out they have 2 drummers. Or they have 3 drummers. Or whatever it is. Combi Christ is a good example. 2 drummers. And it makes a huge difference. And live. Like, you feel it in your chest. It's awesome. This is a band that doesn't tour North America. Neither does Vigunder, as far as I can tell. And neither does Ivar. Although Ivar is starting out, at least that's my assumption of how Eihwar is pronounced. I guess it could be Iwar? Ewar? I'll say Ivar. And either way, it appears Ivar's just two band members, and a young lady and a guy who guy does a lot of vocals. She does the vocals too, and it's great. I really enjoy it. I was like, this Viking music, where's it been my whole life? And I've seen people saying it's like metal, and it's weird because it has the feel of heavy metal music. And I was like, this is the kind of thing metalheads will love. And the one concert for Heilung I was watching today, they showed the audience, and I was like, that is exactly how I figured the audience would look. Like, think early 2000s, late 90s goth, but sadder looking. And I don't mean sadder looking like pathetic. I mean just they look like they're emotionally drained. But part of it is that this music is this journey. I don't think I'd be cheering throughout either. When they're playing, I would be really paying attention to every single instrument, everything's going on. Even the vocals are an instrument. Like, there's backing vocals that are just there for the percussive nature. It's just so good. I'm blown away. And again, when I look at the comment section of all of their videos, it's all metal fans. It's all metal fans. They're like, I try to explain to people what I listen to, and they're like, what? It's like, I listen to Viking metal, and saying that it's ancient metal. It's metal music from like over 1,000 years ago, and it's the kind of feeling. I don't know how to put this. There's certain music I've listened to over the years that just makes me feel good. And this does that. It's one of the reasons why I went through a Supertramp phase, where all I listened to for a little bit there was Supertramp. I was going through some tough times emotionally, and I discovered Supertramp, and I went through a period where that was what I listened to every day. I found that it helped me in a spiritual manner. It helped me just feel better about things. I found that their music was just really good. I've never been a big fan of the music where it's just talking about drinking or drugs or fooling around and, oh, this girl's hot here. It's never been my kind of music. There's just those lyrics. I'm not, because I don't care. I like something different. One of the reasons why I've been a big fan of Kate Bush and some of her music, because it's different. Cloud Busting is still one of my all-time favorite songs. Period. Like, Cloud Busting by Kate Bush is such a perfect song, and the video is so unbelievably good. So, like, I'm really glad to see that this music resonates with metal fans, and there's no guitar to it. It is very much traditional, which it's so hard to explain the experience when you're like, at some point in time, ancestors of mine very likely listened to music of this nature. And it's updated. It's obviously modernized for a modern audience. But that's the kind... And I'm like, you know what? Heavy metal's probably always been around in some way, shape, or form. And this ancient music shows that rhythmic kind of... That's great. It's great. So maybe the sanitized music that was around in the 40s and 50s... Maybe that's the exception. Maybe throughout history we've had this really kind of sometimes ominous music, sometimes uplifting music, but definitely it's music that makes it feel like, okay, you need to be on the road. So I ordered all of their CDs. Just saying, Heilung, I ordered all their CDs. I ordered the most recent Baby Metal CD, the new song Rata-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. That's going to be on the new album, which I'll likely buy as well. And yeah, next time they tour, and they're doing a tour, Baby Metal is, and they're going to hit North America, but they don't come anywhere near me. They don't even go to Seattle. How rude is that? So I'm not going to be able to see them, but since they're in their early 20s, it's insane. They've been playing since they're 12? Like, I was watching them reacting to other videos and like, well, we were 12 when this video... I was like, 12? I've had kids that are 12. I'm happy if they just, make their bed. Like, this is insane. Just it's one of those. It's like when you're watching the Olympics and you see someone, you go, wow, they're 15, and you turn to your kid and go, you see that? Why can't you go for a walk? They just did a triple, double, backward, triple flip. Go for a walk. Do something. But yeah, I can be a bit of a music snob, but when I get out of that lane that I'm in, I can get really hyper focused on other music. I even said to Yvonne, I said, you're witnessing something here. And she's like, what? And I said, I just discovered a new genre. I just discovered a new band. This is going to be a trip. This is going to be a trip for both of us. And yeah, I'm watching concerts and things like that. It's so good. It's so fantastic. Just how theatrical it is. Just how they have these characters that they're portraying. They have this style about them. The fact that people go to these concerts dressed up like them. They even dirty their faces up like them. And so I think this is something I've discovered that clearly, by view count, I should have discovered years ago. So I'm going to give myself a challenge and see if I can do this. In the comment section below, keeping in mind, I like metal. I don't like the really growly death metal type, but I really like this Viking stuff. This Viking slash folk music slash Danish, German, Norwegian. This stuff is great. And Grimnar is a band too that I really, really like, and I've been a big fan of them. And you would think I would have gone down that rabbit hole and maybe come across Heilung. No, didn't happen. So, but now I have, and so here we are. So give me your suggestions in the comment section below, and I will check out some new music, something different, something else to listen to. Because it's great to have new music and have something different to listen to. And again, while I love Heilung right now, obviously I'm going to need other bands to listen to, so I'll probably be getting CDs of others as well. And I think they've only been around for 1 year, so getting in on the ground floor with a group before they're really big is fantastic. They only have 15,000 subscribers on YouTube as well. No idea why. But yeah, so, and again, if you're going to say it's because they're really a niche band, well, okay, but I'm just saying they're very talented, and so hopefully they get more attention than what they've had. So I also wanted to throw an update in here, because I did do the video last week on vacation and everything, and I talked myself through it. The funny thing is, I went upstairs and I said to Yvonne, I said, all right, so I just did a video on our vacation plans, and she said, do you want to enlighten me, because you haven't told me what we're doing yet? And at that point I said, so Disney, because I talked myself through it in that video, and it was clear by the end of it that Disney's where I was leaning. It's going to be the second week of August that we're going to go, and I'm excited about going again. We're doing the whole park hopper thing again, and it's going to be a really, really enjoyable event, going to Disney yet again. Now, last summer was too hot and all that, but this year I think will be better. I think this year is going to be better, because I'm ready for it. It's like the first time we went to Vegas. It was just too hot. It was uncomfortable, and it was frustrating. And we didn't get a lot done our first time in Vegas. Our second time in Vegas, we had a game plan. The heat didn't bother us nearly as much. So this time around with Disneyland, we have a game plan. I've reminded her I'm a cranky old man. And if I don't necessarily feel like being there at rope drop, it's okay. It's okay if she goes into the park by herself first and I come in after. We have that agreement now, because there are times where I'm like, I need a bit. And so you can kind of feel like being dragged to rope drop. Like, I'm not even awake yet. Why am I in here? So if we have that arrangement, I think it'll be a lot better. Plus, I think she realizes too that having a rest in the middle of the day gives you that energy for the whole day at the park, because we like to open and close the park. And I think to get your money's worth, I think she's been one to just stay in the park the whole day, and I can't do that. So this year it should be better. We should be probably going out together, coming back in together, and just have that bit of probably an hour and a half break in the middle. Maybe I'll go by maybe we'll just go to downtown Disney for a little while and just relax, sit down, have something to eat, have a coffee, that kind of thing, and just sit down and chat. So, and I say have a coffee, like either of us drink coffee when we really don't. I don't like coffee. She generally doesn't like coffee either. So I just mean we just sit. I don't want to say have a drink though, because we don't drink either. And obviously we're not going to have alcohol and then jump back into Disneyland for the next 4 or 5 hours. But I'm excited. I think this summer is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm intending to bring some really fun music. I even told Yvonne that I ordered every CD I could find from Heilung. I ordered, and the one Baby Metal CD, and I said the Heilung CDs are for trips, for when we're going to be in the van for a while. That's what that music's there for, and I don't think the kids are ready for Viking music to be on when we travel, but there you go. So thank you guys so much for your support as always. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And again, the challenge is there. I want to say too, for people in Anaheim, we haven't decided on when meetup's going to take place, but we are going to have a day off in the middle of our trip while we're down there. And so we will probably have something on that day. I've already emailed my contact with the Anaheim Ducks to just mention we're going to be down during this time. We'll probably have this day. If we could come into the studio, hang out with you guys for a bit. And if they want to interview me, they can do that too. And I've already got the email back saying, yeah, we'd love that. Just let us know the date, the time, and all that, and we can make something work. So I'm excited for this summer. This regular season in the NHL really took it out of me, and I think I'm starting to realize just how much over the last week, where I'm like, okay, I'm starting to feel like myself again. This is weird. I'm myself again. Where did I go? And so I need to be a little more aware of that next season with hockey. That I do kind of lose myself a bit, and I kind of become a bit of a robot to myself even. So I need to guard against that next season. So anyways, there you go. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I look forward to your suggestions on which bands you think I should discover. Again, the kind of metal I like is the industrial type, and my gosh, the Viking stuff is just it's excellent. I'm a fan. I'm quite happy about it. I want to say something in closing though too that's weird. In that and this is hockey related, but it's not something I could throw into the news of the day because I didn't feel like it belonged to news of the day. Is that you can have a million guys running around without their shirts on in a sporting crowd, but as soon as a woman does the same thing, it becomes this huge, massive news, and it's all over social media. And all I think is, it's why do we have this huge difference in society, and why is it that it's odd. And my theory has always been, and I mean, you see commercials where guys don't have shirts on. Sometimes commercials where guys don't have pants on. They're running around their tighty whities. You don't see women doing that because it's odd. It's strange. And the theory that Yvonne and I have is nobody really wants to see that from guys, so it's not considered to be like titillating or anything. It's weird. It's just bizarre to me. It's really, really strange. So anyways, I wanted to throw, because again, I was like, I can't do that with a news video, and entertainment guy videos don't get quite the same amount of views as hockey videos, of course. So I just want to throw that in because it's this weird thing that the older I get, the less I understand society in general, and it's just weird to me. Guys can streak through a public event, a sporting event. It's funny, and if a woman did that, it'd be, look at somebody seeking attention. That's what is that? That's man, she's got to be, and then insert insult here, right? It's bizarre. It's strange. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.